want my deck lists? You can have them. Seek them out. I left every deck list I own in one place. Welcome back to MHA, the only place on YouTube where you can find 4 unique deck lists in one place. I'm Travis, your host. Let's get right into it. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy Motzi here, and today I'm bringing you a mega mashup of the new Wild Wild Pussycats DLC. I have a deck built for every character on UVS Ultra, as you may be able to see on the screen. We're going to be starting off with Ragdoll. Now this might be one of my personal favorite decks that I have built for these characters. So basically the concept of this Ragdoll deck is we are playing one copy of Dropkick Slicer, and we are using our character's form once per game to search our deck for one card and add it to our hand, and that card is almost always going to be exclusively Dropkick Slicer, unless of course we draw it in our opener, which is not very likely because it is a one-of. And then we're going to use Cat Pounce to recur our Dropkick Slicer every turn, and also to recur other good value attacks like Villainous Waylay and Blood Moon Rending to hack our opponent's hand and hit them with a bunch of big damage attacks like Brandish Steel, which are very good and synergistic with our once per turn +4 speed. And then we can also avoid our bad checks by looking at the top card of our deck with Ragdoll. And then other than that, it's just kind of evil control stuff. We play some Nothing to See Here's for speed hate, Bench Press for some health gain and some damage pump, Conflict for some extra damage pump on our Fury, which is specifically Villainous Waylay, and also for the Freeze. Shadow's Aid, so if we want to put our Dropkick into momentum, we can pick it up that way as well, or we can pick up Cat Pounce if those ever deal damage. Floating, because it's a weapon, so we can combo it with Blood Moon Rending, and it also gives damage. Excited for Blood, because it's excited for blood. Card Advantage Engine, Brute Strength, and Nervous Habit to trigger Bench Press, and also give some speed and damage pump, respectively. Creepy for minus damage. Evil versus Good, because it's a low block, it also triggers Bench Press, and it can cancel some of the stuff that would stop us from doing our Cat Pounce Dropkick Slicer combo. On to the next deck. I have an all-Tiger deck, and basically the entire point of this deck is it just draws a lot of cards. It uses Talented Baker, which is essentially a free +1/+1 with a Tiger or a character. He says, enhance, if your attack deals damage, draw a card. Enhance once per turn, switch this attack speed and damage. Response twice per enhance step. After an effect modifies the speed of your attack, that attack gets +1 damage. So basically Talented Baker gives 1/1. Easily Excited gives 1/1. Snack Time gives 1/1 and stun 1. Chivalrous is good defense for our key foundations that we don't want them to flip. Destined for more card advantage. It can be fixed for a good block mod and stun hate. Specialist of Sound for speed hate. Ply Body because it is our character's face on it, and also it just gives +1 speed, +1 damage basically. Dexterous Appendages, because this card says +3/+1, and we do kind of need speed to get our attacks through. Brutish Swagger, draws cards, gains stun, basically everything our character wants to do. Rapid Punches, gets +1/+1, regardless of whether we're playing Hardened Barrage or not, which obviously we are, because it is a good and synergistic combo, just because of how our character works. It also draws cards. Specialized Sound Waves, this is to stack some attacks that we want. It doesn't necessarily have synergy with our character, but it does draw cards anyways, so at the very least it can trips. Cat Punch, regardless of what they do with this card, you draw a card. They'd have to reduce it to 0 damage in order to make you not draw a card off this card, so it's very good on our character. It's also just a 4 for 7, basically. Karate Chop, more ways of stunning them, basically, but it's not actually stun. Also a little bit of momentum hate, which is very good. Hardened Barrage to unflip our good foundations. Chivalrous Competitor, anything they target with seizing the advantage, destined for mainstream success. Ply Body, also as well, has a very good flip effect. Third deck, we have a very neat punch list for Mandalay. I know a lot of people are high on the kind of Staff Strike Mandalay list, but I wanted to do something that was a little more out there, a little more interesting. Not to say that Staff Strike isn't interesting, but it's the known quantity. So we're doing some back alley, Hardened Jab combo. Hardened Jab is very cool with Cat Punch because it says anything we've touched them with that deals damage, we can name mid, play Hardened Jab, build down our momentum, and then use Jab to pick up the attack that we just built down from our momentum, which is also a very good combo with Pull No Punches because we can put a punch into our momentum, Cat Scratch, Hardened Jab, you know the deal. It can be fixed for stun hate, some manly friendships for damage reduction combined with our character's effect to give minus damage. Here is Inspiration because it is a card that we can build off command Pigeon Flock, and it is very good with Create Capturing Net for free +1s. One with Nature to give it a little bit of speed because our character doesn't deal in that. Small and Limber because this card is very strong in the good symbol, and with all of the charges that we are playing, we have a few. Manly Passionate Guy to help us build extra. Good Impression to make our punch combos cheaper. Note Taking to put more speed on our punches. Specialist of Sounds for speed hate. And Destined for card advantage. And last but not least, I have a very interesting Pixie Bob list. So this is Gigantic Explosion Pixie Bob. So if you don't know what Pixie Bob does, she says enhance once per turn, your turn, both players add one card from their stage to their momentum. Enhance commit, this ally attack gets +2 damage and gains stun 1. Response, discard 1 momentum. After your ally attack deals damage, ready this card, playable while committed. So the other two lines of text aren't really that relevant on her. We're mainly using this for the enhance once per turn to add Foundation to the momentum for both players, which that fuels our cool Gigantic Explosion card, which says, in combo enhance, discard 1 momentum. Both players destroy 2 of their rivals' Foundation. This attack gets +X damage. X equals the total difficulty of the destroyed foundations. And then Deadlock, add the top 2 cards of your discard pile to your momentum. But we care about that first enhance. Being able to essentially debuild our opponent 3 on our turn 2 going first is very good. And we do play an ally attack in the deck just because it does have Ally and Fury, and it is not a 2-check. I'm looking at you, Join Effort Offensive. We don't want to play you. That card's awful. Don't play it. Play this instead, because at the very least it is a stun 3 move in her, 2 mid for 7. If you have a seizing behind it, it's basically a 4 mid for 7. And then Hardened Steel to put our Gigantic Explosions back on the bottom of our deck so we can reuse them in the late game. Rapid Punches, as it is a generic draw card Fury. And we love card advantage. Press Conference to make our Gigantic Explosion cheaper and easier to pass on turn 2. Unnerving Energy as another momentum out in case we need it. It is very good to hack your opponent's checks when you are debuilding them at the same time. Snack Time for some speed and stun. One with Nature for some speed and damage. Petty Squabble for some more Foundation control, and also being able to commit our character after we use her because we don't really care on our opponent's turn anyways, to try and get some bonus card draw. Chivalrous to protect ourselves from seizing the advantage and some possible card advantage. New training method for card advantage and bigger turn 1 build, so our debuild on ourselves matters less. Final Exam Failures for more debuild. Childhood Friends because it lets us pick up our Gigantic Explosion since our card shares 2 symbols with our character. We also do play some powerful attacks in the deck. We have Arctic Conflagration can give itself powerful, which is somewhat relevant. It can be fixed with Block Mounted Stun Hate. Manly Passionate Guide to build more. Like I said, we do build ourselves, so we need to build more. Apathetic to flip problem cards like Chivalrous Competitor. Internship with Best Genist for specifically Asui, and being able to flip our opponent's defensive pieces. Any means necessary as a discard out for Snack Time and One with Nature and Petty Squabble. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the deck profiles. Let me know down in the comments if you end up using any of this information that I've given you, and I hope you find it helpful. Make sure you go check out my Patreon down below, Linktree in the description, where you can get coached by me at the $10 level for an hour every month. I really appreciate everyone who supports, and make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been Matsu, signing out.
Hey yo, it's your boy Matsu. Call me Go Beyond because I've always got you. Call me Tam because I card well. Call me Jacob, but there ain't no John, son. Call me Mister because you know I alliterate. Me and the boys, you know we keep it on fun. So like, comment, share, subscribe because this rhyme is done.